Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, boop, that's me, boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Thursday. Oh my goodness, we got one more day left. I hope everybody had a great day. If not a great day, then at least a good day. I have a little bit of sleepy time tea. Oh, it's piping hot. I have some sleepy time tea in my Paul Red mug. I'm going to wait until this cools down. So I'm going to drink this right after so I don't fall asleep, because this puts me to sleep in a sleepy mood, hence sleepy time tea. So, like I said, I hope everybody had a great day. Last night I watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to recap it, and I'm going to share some thoughts on it. I don't know why I was like, so let's get ready for the theme song. I don't know what that is. So let's get into last night's episode right now. We started off with a girls' trip to Ojai. All of the ladies except for Erica were going to Ojai to celebrate 8.5's birthday. If you don't remember, 8.5 is Anne Marie, because that's what her sketchy husband said. She's good at everything is. She's not great at everything. She's 8.5. So they're all going to Ojai for 8.5's birthday, except for Erica. Erica has COVID. I think this is the second time Erica got COVID. I might be wrong. I think she might have gotten it before. Anyways, everybody except Erica is going. On the way over to Kyle's, Garcelle and Sutton were talking. Garcelle had said, listen, I'm going to go into today being fine with Dory. Is she fine with Dory? I don't think she is, but she's just going to put it aside for now and just have a fun time. So the ladies meet up at Kyle's. They get in the Sprinter van and they head up to Ojai. We have an update from Sutton. Guess what? Miss Sutton has broken the 1-date curse, and she's going to be seeing Steve again. They have been texting each other. I love it. So fingers crossed. Everybody keep their fingers crossed for Steve and Sutton. I thought they looked adorable. Adorable. So when they get to Ojai, they are going to be doing a wine tasting. And yes, they will have non-alcoholic options for those who do not imbibe in the spirits. Or as Sutton said, what's she gonna be drinking? What's Kyle gonna be drinking? Water. She's gonna be drinking some water. They have some tasty water. So going up there, Kyle had let it be known that I think she had said in a confessional that Kyle is no longer really connected to LA. She doesn't feel it as much because she enjoys doing things like working out and being in the outdoors. I thought this was kind of interesting, just because in so many of her openings and so many of her taglines, she referenced LA as being her town, and now all of a sudden it's not, because she has seemingly now she has different interests and different hobbies. And she had said that whenever Portia retires from high school, when Portia graduates high school and goes to college, Kyle is going to want to move someplace where she can, do her things that she likes to do, like having fun in nature. I'm the only person that kind of thought about Kyle leaving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because if she's not living in Beverly Hills, she can't be on the show. So I think I might probably be the only person that thought about that. What is going on with my hair? So the ladies get up to Ojai and they go shopping, and then they go back and do a little wine tasting. And this right here, I'm just going to tell you, anytime they say, let's have a game, I brought a game, we're going to do a game. That to me comes off as, it doesn't come off as spontaneous. It comes off as planned, predictable, and produced. Like the 3 Ps. Overplanned, too predictable, and too produced. So they pull out this card game, and I know Sutton was saying everybody's having fun, and we're getting back to how we usually are, having fun. Listen, some of this stuff was nasty because Sutton licked Kyle's big toe, and I can guarantee you that big toe wasn't clean. Listen, nothing against Kyle, but nobody had some clean feet, especially when she was probably running around the house with her shoes off, running around in the backyard, shoes off, dogs everywhere. And then she puts her foot in the shoe, doesn't have no sock on, is probably sweating up in Ojai in her shoes. And then Sutton puts her mouth on her toe. Get out of here. And then later on goes and puts her tongue in Dorit's mouth after you just licked a toe. That's nasty. Listen, if I did not tell you guys, I'm going to try some of this. Okay, that's good. If I did not tell you this before, I hate feet. I hate toes. I hate my feet. I hate everybody's feet. And I hate toes. So the fact that she licked a toe, and then went and put her tongue in Dorit's mouth, and Dorit was like, and Dorit was not making a big ass deal about it. Oh, no ma'am, no sir. But she said, oh, we're having all fun. Everybody is laughing and joking. It's fine until we pull a card. And the question is, what's appropriate for a husband when communicating with women on social media? We then find out that Kyle says Mo gets DMs from a lot of women. They are usually the aggressor, and it seems like maybe Mo might be okay with it because Kyle says that they have had fights about this, and she is just not into it. She does not like it at all. Now listen, do I believe that women are the aggressor? Yeah, Mauricio is an attractive man. However, does he ever fight back against it? No. And from what it sounds like he follows these women back and then likes their pictures. What's that message saying? I'm just saying. What's that message saying? To me, it doesn't say, hey, I'm not interested. It's saying, hey, let's play. I've been getting shit over on my wife for decades, and I think that's the truth. Allegedly, he's been having affairs for a long time. So either she knows and she refuses to pay any attention, or she don't know. She gotta know something's up. Anyways, I digress. So they're talking about that, and then just out of left field, Kyle is like, would anybody date a woman? And Sutton is like, I would not date a woman. But then in her confessional, she's like, but my cousin is a lesbian. So everybody's like, no. Garcelle says, I will admit that I have thought about it before. And then Kyle just says, they say, Kyle, would you? She says, yeah. Listen. And then a little bit later on, she brings up scissoring. She said that, and then gets down on the ground with Dorit and shows how you do scissoring. First of all, Dorit was real quick. Dorit was real quick to get down on the ground and do a scissoring demonstration at this. And you know these people, that these people at work at this winery had to have been like, oh, fuck shit. Why are they on the damn ground doing this? Oh, Lord, come on. They're probably thinking there's not enough money for Bravo to throw at us. So I'm thinking that she got down the ground real quick because she's afraid that she's no longer great friends with Kyle. Do I think they were ever super tight friends? No, I don't believe that. I mean, when you say super tight friends with Kyle, I think the Nat. I think Teddy Mellencamp. I don't think Dorit. I did not buy that. But I think she got down on the ground with quickness because I think she was really trying to be like, look at me. Remember me. I'm a great friend. I'll get on the floor and do some scissoring. So, but Kyle was like, we had a discussion of scissoring at one of my other female retreats. A retreat with Morgan. Okay. So listen, and Garcelle then says, there's going to be a country song in here somewhere. And I believe that. Listen, I think that this is her way of saying, hey, there's something with me and Morgan, without coming out and saying there's something about me and Morgan. This whole episode, this episode in my mind was like a soft launch of her and Morgan, is what I'm thinking. Listen, I'm going to give some more comments on Morgan a little bit later on. The next scene with Garcelle and her sons, she said she's getting sad thinking about her sons graduating eventually and going to college. And then she tried to have a discussion with her one son about, listen, don't be having any babies. Let's talk about sex. And they were like, no, thank you. I enjoy seeing Garcelle with her sons. I think she is a great mother. Next was Dorit and PK. Dorit's therapist had come over. Listen, when Dorit had mentioned that she was having a lot of trouble right after the home invasion with the PTSD, and PK just wasn't there, like he would just go off to London. And then she would call him because she was having, I guess, like a panic attack, or she was just having an attack. He came off real dickish. Like he came off real douchey. Like rather than being there for your wife, you had to go away. There's part of me that thinks that he doesn't think that this is like a real thing. The PTSD symptoms are not a real thing. But I can also see though his side of how he's feeling whenever he says he put together this whole thing of the surprise, the pretty woman surprise, and how he kind of felt like it was like her reaction was a big fuck you to him. I can see where he's coming from, but I mean, I can also see where she's coming from, because maybe with the PTSD, surprises are something that's going to trigger you. I mean, I understand that ultimately, the effects from PTSD, they're not anything that you can control. I mean, it's just always going to be a surprise. But when he started saying about how much of this is PTSD and how much of this is just obnoxious, and I don't know. Listen, yeah, what the fuck do you know about PTSD? Are you a therapist? No, I don't know. I don't know that he should talk on PTSD. How about if you let the person who suffers from it or the therapist talk on it? That's what I'm saying. And then he says, where does PTSD and high maintenance blend together? And then he goes on to say, the woman that I married was so fun and so active, and she wasn't as high maintenance, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, cry me a river. Listen, you are the two who live in LA, who live in Beverly Hills, that is obsessed with looks and status and perfect bodies, perfect faces, no matter what the cost. You gave her everything that she wanted, and now you're upset that she is addicted to this lifestyle. No, sir, you did that, and you did that to yourself. So eventually PK says, listen, I want to understand. I don't want to irritate you. I don't want to bring you down. I just want to understand this. And Dorit's like, off camera, she's like, if he really wants to understand this and he makes an effort, then we can make it. But if not, I don't know how long we're going to go. So we'll see. We shall see. Kyle's celebration of life event. Surprise, surprise. The entertainment for the evening was Morgan Wade. I'm going to just tell you this straight out. Morgan annoys me. Like her, I don't want to come off bad, but her voice just annoys me. Like I get Southern, but I don't know. Her voice just annoys me. I feel like she is hooking on to Kyle to make her career. That I could be wrong. That's just how I feel. I don't know. That's what I think. But anyways, so Kyle arrives at the party with Teddy and Morgan Wade. As soon as who is it? Garcelle walks in. Teddy's like, "Hi, look at me, it's the Nat." She's not, listen, Garcelle was not wrong when she called her a Nat. She certainly is. And Lorraine's mother was there. She had asked, where's Mauricio? Well, Mauricio is out of town on business. And Kyle had said in the confessional, she said, years ago, I would have relied on him to be here, but things have changed and he is out of town. Garcelle, listen, I agree with Garcelle. She said that Kyle coming alone without Mo says a lot about where their relationship is at. And finally, Mauricio's not trying to hide it anymore. I mean, he's very out there about the fact that they're separated and they're just not doing well. Because if you remember, when he finished when he was on Dancing with the Stars, he was seen holding hands with his partner. He was also seen in Aspen with, I think it was with Anita. I think her name's Anita. She's a Latin singer. Very big, very popular in her own right. Does not need him. And he was flirting with her in public. So he certainly is not hiding anything. So 8.5 Anne Marie shows up. She's talking to Garcelle and Crystal. And just out of the blue, she says, not to change the subject, but let's talk about Sutton's esophagus. When she said that, I thought to myself, why do you care? And as soon as I thought it to myself, Garcelle said, why do you care about this? And she says, well, I care because I'm a medical professional. No, listen, if you're a medical professional, then you're not going to talk the way that you talk. She's talking like she doesn't believe that Sutton has this issue with her esophagus. If you cared, then you'd be like, hey, how about if I hook you up with somebody, the name of somebody who could help you? She doesn't care. She's gossiping. And then she says, well, she throws out there that maybe she has an eating disorder. And immediately Crystal, because Crystal has issues with an ED, and she had said, that's not cool that you just implied that she has an eating disorder. And immediately, not even a minute after 8.5 says it, 8.5 says, I didn't say that. She's like, you did. They rewound it. It said 20 seconds ago. And she mentioned an eating disorder. No. She's, and honestly, Crystal is right. Crystal's like, listen, I don't know much about gaslighting. I don't have an encyclopedia to look it up. Or I don't have an encyclopedia to look up gaslighting, but I know she's gaslighting. Gaslight much? Because she is. She has 8.5 has no storyline at all. So she is grasping onto Sutton's esophagus for dear life for a storyline. That's what that is. They're not going to talk about her husband because of the shady dealings, the alleged shady shit that he did. So she's grasping onto her esophagus. So after this, Garcelle goes up to Sutton, who's talking with Dorit, and tells her, hey, Anne-Marie's 8.5's gunning for you, talking about your esophagus. Dorit in her confessional is like, way to just light a fire and a way to light a fire with Sutton and then just walk away. Excuse me? Number one, that's Housewives 101. Housewives practice 101. Number two, you just did it at Taco Tuesday when you were like, so to Denise and Erica, so did you guys talk? And Erica was like, no, pot stirrer, we didn't. She lit that match and then walked away and went home. So hypocrite, don't do that. You just did it. Now, finally, I have some thoughts about Morgan Wade. Now, listen. So Morgan Wade gets up and sings this song at the Celebration of Life. The Celebration of Life, which is celebrating her best friend who unalived herself and who's bringing awareness to NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness, and, mental illness in general. And she gets up there and she sings this song about I want you to take your clothes off and lay on the floor and she didn't say get busy, but said basically getting busy on the floor. And the lyrics were, I know you think I'm too young for you. Listen, those lyrics were geared to Kyle. I'm telling you right now, you can't tell me. I think this was a soft launch for Morgan and Kyle. That's what I think. Once again, I thought it was an odd song, but the way that Kyle was looking at her and was like feeding her those fruit skewers and everything, I was like, yeah. And then at the end, when she had said something like, what did she say? Oh, Kyle had said she no longer wants to be with people who don't appreciate her. And she had also said that 2 days before Lorraine's passing, Lorraine had said to her something like, always appreciate your marriage or something like that. And Kyle started crying and she was like, I feel like I'm letting her down. But like I said, later on, after Morgan sang and everything, and she was googly-eyed at her, and she was like, I'm not going to be spending my time with people who don't appreciate me. Who does that mean? Does that mean... No, that means Mauricio. So, I don't know. I think this was a soft launch on Morgan. To be honest with you, I feel like this is Morgan maybe trying to use her to get people to, interested in her career. I mean, I'm sure her songs are very good, but her talking on there, I don't know. It's just too twangy. It's too, no, there's something about her something about her I'm not a fan of. So, okay, there we go. That is this week's version. I was gonna say this is this week's version. Okay, so that's this week's recap and rant about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let me know in the comments what you thought if you watched it. Also, if nobody told you yet today, I was like, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, understanding out there. Also, I don't know why that brings me so much joy. Also, please take care of one another and remember 2 things. Number 1, stay aware of your surroundings. Number 2, please be safe. I am in such a goofy mood, and everybody with that, I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.